In Paul's writings, it becomes Jesus as the message. Jesus as the message, not the message of Jesus. In Paul's writings, Jesus is seen now as a pre-existent divine being who came down to the earth to die as a sacrifice for the sins of the world, if you'd believe in this. Jesus never said this. His apostles didn't believe in this, but Paul begins teaching this. And in Paul's writings, this belief in Jesus as a sacrifice begins to push away Torah observance. In Paul's writings, there's a consistent message that denigrates the Torah. Paul says, you are no longer under the curse of the law. Paul calls the Torah a ministry of death engraved in stone. Paul says the Torah is but dung to me. Constant denigration of the Torah and the need to observe it. What happens between Paul and the students of Jesus back in Jerusalem? They're fighting over this. And they're constantly attacking Paul. Paul, why are we hearing these rumors about you that you're teaching Jewish people in the diaspora not to follow the Torah? And this tension persists. However, what happens in the year 70 is critical. In the year 70, Jerusalem is destroyed by the Romans. Many of the followers of Jesus are killed. The rest of them are scattered. And this movement becomes very, very weakened. Very weakened. But Paul's group, which is among only the Goyim, only the Gentiles, the former pagans in the Roman and Greek empires, this group is growing and growing and growing and growing. And this tension between Paul's Gentile group and the Jewish followers of Jesus increases. In the 2nd century, the Jewish followers of Jesus, again, who were keeping the Torah, are called Ebionites or Nazarenes. But Paul's group begins to persecute them. Paul's group begins to persecute them, and to persecute them over the issue of Torah observance. And the Jewish followers of Jesus, the Ebionites and the Nazarene, when you read their writings, and they're available today, they attack Paul as an apostate. Paul is the one that rebelled against the Torah. Why do we find James disappears? Because James is an embarrassment to the historical church. As Paul's movement becomes more and more and more powerful, and they persecute the Jewish followers of Jesus, James is a big pain. Because James writes about in his epistle the importance of the Torah, the importance of following the Torah. James doesn't have one word that's in congruence with the philosophies of Paul. And so when the Christian Bible is being canonized in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th centuries, they don't want to include James's book. And when Martin Luther forms the Protestant Reformation, he actually wants to remove it from the Christian Bible altogether. And hence, James disappears. Now, where am I going with all of this? And why is this important to us as Jews?